It's your boy Savage. Welcome back to Savage Studio. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Be sure to smash that thumbs up if that's what you want to do. Head over to the Savage Family. That's my other channel. A lot more prison-related content that could educate you, family members. If you got loved ones that's inside the pen, or you just want to learn and you just want to hear crazy stories, head over to the Savage Family. We catching up on this channel for surely. But with all that being said, today we are talking about disciplines. You would think that a man who don't listen to authority, don't even listen to his homies, never listen to his mama, didn't listen to the judge, the PO, correctional officers, or nothing like that, wouldn't be willing to listen to another fellow gang member, especially when that gang member not even from his own hood, right? Wrong. So we're going to get into disciplines, right? Disciplines and how I've seen other races discipline each other, disciplines on how the organization that I was in, or whatever you want to call it, the army, the gang, whatever you want like to consider it, you know, that whole entity, how I was seeing the disciplines, and I had also taken place in issuing out disciplines as a youngster myself, which was kind of odd because at the time I was, 18, 19, 20? Disciplining grown men like they little kids, calling it a break off. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I hope y'all like it. Let's go ahead, tune in, tap in. Let's go. So if I like to say that my journey is not everybody else's journey. Every county jail differs from the next county jail all across California, Southern California to Northern California. So we got to get that understood first and foremost. So before I could ever issue out a discipline, I had to just go to county jail. I was a kid. I was 17 when I went in. I turned 18, went straight to county jail. Upon going to county jail, they don't just give you power to discipline the next man or break nobody off. So let's just get that understood. But I remember the very first night I got there. Funny story. This literally just popped up. The very first night I get there, I'm like drawing, you know, minding my business on my little bun, put my thing. You know, it's a dorm, gang module in West Valley, Unit 8. So I'm thinking, you know, this gonna be a litty little spot. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Dude comes over, the rep comes over from Casablanca, villain from Casablanca comes over and he's like, hey, look, G. He's like, a little homie over here. What had happened was there was two homies behind me in the bunks. Silo from, I want to say Verdugo, and Troubles from South Central, right? They talking, chopping it up. But then the next thing you know, Silo jumps off the top bunk and just flights him, fires him up. Boop, 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 boop. So when he does that, you know, the homies break it up or whatever like that. And I'm like, okay, cool, it is what it is. I was like, damn, okay, so this is how we getting down in this pod. You know, I'm trying to mentally prepare myself. Continue drawing. Villain comes over. He's like, look, G. He's like, we need you to do something real quick. I'm like, yeah, what's happening? He's like, we got to discipline the homies and shit. So we're going to see if how they want to do it. So next, they're given a choice. At this point, they're given a choice. Like I said, every county jail is absolutely fucking different. So if your shit is different, that's your shit. Their choice was either they would do a 3-on-1, they get to swing back, they get to fight back, right? And they just gonna be in the showers tussling, or they could do the 2-on-1, hands behind the back, body shot. Central, man, they both got heart though, you know what I'm saying? They both chose to squabble up, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, the whole, if you did the 2-on-1, hands behind the back, it just kind of showed how soft you was in the first place. You're not trying to get hit in the face, but you're not even trying to defend yourself. That's kind of a problem right there in my eyes. But, and me being personally being on the shitty side of the discipline, like being broke off, right? Having to pick and choose out of that because I used to always get into it with my own homies. I always chose 3-on-1 to squabble up. So sometimes it would be between the middle of the bunks downstairs, or it would be in the shower, top shower, because the lights was broken in that specific shower. So we just be up there tussling. Either later on, we wait till later on tonight at the night, or we could just get it out the way in the middle of the bunks, underneath the staircase, you know, throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not the type of motherfucker that want to wait all day to figure out who the fuck gonna get knocked out. But anyways, so that's kind of the more of the, I guess you could say, the Southsider politics or disciplines. And anyway, so here I come pulling up, boom, I do the thing, we rock them out. Me and 2 other homies beat the shit out of these 2 dudes, one at a time. And then they shake hands, they go about their business, it's all good. Now, after maybe about 2-3 weeks, all the big homies that is in that pod are catching the chain upstate. So they basically leaving the house naked. They leaving the unit with nobody to represent the Southsiders. And unfortunately, when I say it was slim pickings, it was slim ass pickings. And I was the best option. That's how pretty bad it was. You know what I'm saying? I was young, I was foolish, I didn't know really much. I had the regulars, the rules, you know what I'm saying, on paper. Studied them, worked out all the time. But, you know, I was a hothead and I was facing life at the time. And if it wasn't life at that time, I was getting a deal down. Offered me plea agreements of like 32 years with 2 strikes. So, I mean, if you ain't going to call that life, I'm sorry. That felt like life to me. So I'm already stressed out the game, but it is what it is. You know, I take the place just because. And I'm only taking it to wait until, you know, a homie can come who's from the IE, who's from Ontario, who's from Verdugo, because at the time, Verdugo was a hella deep-ass neighborhood. So I'm not even trying to run this place like that. But in the process of me running it, so to speak, this is the things I got to do is worry about getting phone cards and razor blades and all this other stuff to the big homies in the back so they can shave and they can have phone time to call their families. I got to make sure I'm hustling up a third of whatever comes into our pod concerning, you know, things, you know what I'm saying? Concerning things, we got to make sure we break them off there too, because I don't want to find myself in a wreck. Anyways, with that power, you know, that sometimes there's issues that arise where, you know, a homie, let's say he's 30-something years old, 32, 33. Mind you, I'm 19. And I tell him, look, man, when he comes in, we don't use that phone. That's the brother's phone. Or we don't eat at that table. That's where the brothers eat. Or, hey, it's not our day so to touch the TV, so don't be changing the channel. Or we spit in these toilets. Or, yeah, we spit in these toilets. We don't spit in these ones. We piss in these toilets. We don't piss in these ones. Whatever. And believe it or not, just because men are old in age doesn't mean they're wise in wisdom. So they would break the fucking rules. And next thing you know, I got to sit them down. I got to talk to them. They don't even want to hear nothing coming from a fucking kid who weighs 150 fucking pounds. But I got to tell them, I got to break you off. What you mean you got to break me? Bro, I got it. How you want to do it? What do you want to do? Because at first, if it's just a small break off, you're going to get 113 burpees. And we're going to call it a day. Nobody has to know about it. I'm going to pull you off to the side. Nobody got to know about it, G. They still will get in their head because I'm a kid. I'm young. These dudes done been to the pen before. Tat it up. Second break off was 226, I think. Third was 330 something. I think you got 3 exercise break-offs. And that's being nice, but that's if you just kept being a little, doing something that you wasn't supposed to be doing, that was maybe kind of burning the spot. Maybe you kept taking so long to line up and in taking so long to line up every day for breakfast or lunch or dinner. There was some kind of like program that we lost for a little while, or maybe they took our program because you left your lines hanging up. Could be a number of different reasons why people get broken off, small break-offs. And then finally, you would get the, 13-second, and that would just be 13 seconds of you squabbling. If the issue was concerning, you did the 3 break-off exercise routines and then that. And then sometimes if you really didn't want to like put your hands on a certain homie because you really had love for him, you could break him off what was called features. Now, features, the rumor and the myth behind these was that it was supposed to make you piss blood if you did enough of them. Have I ever seen anyone piss blood? No. And I've given a lot of fucking features out. And they were supposedly banned. Like, you couldn't give features out. But, yeah, if I'd rather you get some features than we had to beat you up. You know what I'm saying? If you were my boy, I like you, we get along. I'm not trying to have homies punch on you and jump you. So that's what we would do. Break out the features. And then, like I said, if that didn't work, then ba-da-da-da-da-da. Now, lastly, this discipline, very, very ruthless, very raw, happens, and it applied to the whole pod, every single race. If you got caught stealing, that's a jailhouse thief. That's a smash out by every race. Every race can smash you out. At least that's how it was in 2008, 9, maybe even 10 of that county jail. But for the most part, what I want you guys to see is that the South Side way of disciplining was more so I don't know how, it was more so organized, more so structured. You know, there was a systematical approach to it. There was levels to it. The discipline got more severe based on your consistency of messing up, based on your consistency of not giving a fuck and being careless and disrespecting the house and the ramfla, the car. And then you had the brothers, man. And the brothers would see, it's pretty simple. Like, I can just describe their shit ASAP. You gonna squabble. That's it. Every time. Period. They might warn, you know, if let's say a brother jumps on the homie's phone once, you're gonna get a warning. Do it again, you're gonna get a harsh warning. Third time, you're gonna get squabbled up. For the most part, you're gonna get squabbled up. Any other little thing you do, you're gonna get squabbled up. Gotta love it, right? That's what I always envy, that, man. I really do. I like the head up one-on-ones. I like motherfuckers that can get in line, raise their hand for a head up one-on-one. As for the wood pile, the whites, they kind of just basically modeled their shit right after our routine. They model their disciplines, their workouts, their whole structure pretty much is loosely based off of ours. So, except, you know, they like the number 23. So if we're doing 13-second discipline, you could bet that they'll probably do a 23-second discipline because, you know, I think the 23rd letter of the alphabet is a W, but don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said Anyways, and yeah, and I've seen them squabble up a couple times behind a couple misunderstandings. So I think even they were allowed, in the pod, they made it to where they could, you know, people, if they had a misunderstanding, we're going to get the one-on-one and we'll put it behind us, let bygones be bygones. We, at the time, me being a Southsider, we were the only ones who couldn't get that friendly fade. And I'm not saying you can't ever get one with the homie and it go under the radar, nobody trips. But for the most part, as part of the rules, homies are not allowed to fight homies or put hands on homies. So that was an immediate discipline. So that's just a little bit of kind of some experiences that I can share with you. I was disciplined behind basically calling one of the reps later on in time when a couple cats from the IE came, gave the house over to them. I didn't respect them. We were going to kick it off one time with the brothers, and we was ready to go. Action Jackson, and they bitched out. Our representatives bitched out. Ryder from Redlands and Bayaso from Ontario, OVS. After that, I didn't respect you, so I'm going to call you a bitch, and I'm not going to respect you. Instead of taking flight and getting paid where you feel played, nah, they went back and fraternized amongst each other and threw a little meeting and a little junta in the bunks and decided what my punishment was going to be. 3-on-1. Of course, I'm going to choose the 3-on-1. I'm not taking no 2-on-1 shit. None of that. Everyone liked me in the pod anyways more than they liked them, but rules are rules, reps are rep, homies are homies, soldiers are soldiers, whatever. We got jiggy, we got busy. I didn't get knocked out. I didn't knock nobody out, but yeah. So that's my story. I hope you guys have a little more education now on what the fuck grown men do to go to jail, not listen to nobody, don't want to give a fuck about rules or nothing that nobody got to say, yet go to the county jail and prison and want to listen to every motherfucking rule and accept punishment by other grown-ass men. Fuck y'all.